Welcome back in the pursuit of wealth, XRP traders and investors. It's Rod with POW Group, your home from J Stocks, crypto assets, news and interviews. Today is Tuesday, August 26th. Hope you're doing well. And in this video, we're going to do an update on XRP. We'll bring up the price chart, what to expect in terms of that, and the technicals in the days, weeks, months ahead. Spoiler alert, we're going to take a look at a near-term target of $5.45 USD if a specific bull flag comes to fruition. And there's also a shorter term time frame and smaller level on the hourly time frame that we'll take a look at that confirmed here as well. Before we do, make sure to smash the like. If you're new, you can subscribe. Tick the bell, you'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And full disclosure, I do own XRP. It's my largest crypto portfolio holding. So we've seen quite a bit of volatility across the sector over the last, well, really since we had the pump and dump from Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole saying that, it basically warrants rate cuts with the conditions that we're seeing right now in the economy. So the market was euphoric on that news, but we've since given it all back pretty much. And we've seen, like I said, a lot of volatility. So that presents a lot of opportunity as well. And in my opinion, I do believe that they'll see rate cuts coming in September, and they're more than likely going to do a series of them. And then also September, right? And then October shortly after. But I think everybody thinks September is going to be bearish. And I think it's going to end up being the opposite. We have ETFs galore that are being launched at some point soon. And you can see that we have Coinbase and Gemini. Check out this news here. So this was by Cointelegraph. Gemini surpasses Coinbase on US iOS App Store following launch of its XRP MasterCard. Gemini now ranks 16th while Coinbase ranks 20th. Folks, this isn't telling you that there's a there. XRP is the most demanded crypto in my opinion, and Paul Barron also just recently announced that anytime they do any kind of polls, you'll see XRP outshine any other ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum by sometimes 5 or 6x. And he actually has an algorithm saying that they were very much non-bot related. He said that all of the comments and polls and things like that, where you do see the bots is other projects, not XRP. And they have an algorithm built specifically to kind of weed out all of the bots. So that's an interesting kind of point there. Also, Eleanor Tourette posted this. Looks like ETF issuers updated their XRP filings. And this was on August 22nd, following the feedback from the SEC Gov. So this is great because this is what happened with Bitcoin. And typically when they all get their ducks in a row together, it's very, very telling that we could see something approved very soon. And James Seyfert, BNN ETF kind of analyst, a bunch of XRP ETF filings being updated by issuers today, and almost certainly due to feedback from the SEC. Good sign, but mostly expected. And Eleanor Tourette says, makes sense as October deadline is approaching. I think there's a very high probability, probably around 80% that it gets approved in September, but latest, I would say it's close to 100% as possible in October. But I think September is the month, and we actually have a couple trades live right now on XRP. So if you haven't already done so, you can check out the link in the description in the comment section. We're doing a trading challenge on BTCC Crypto Exchange, and you can download this. You can sign up for the exchange anywhere in the world. There's no KYC, so that's great, and you can get a 10% bonus on the first time deposit. So it just has to be $500 USDT or more. And it's been operating for over 14 years, never been hacked. Like I said, no KYC. There's tons of bonuses, up to $10,000 per user. You just have to go through the bonus achievements. So you can check out the link in the description. And basically what we're doing, it's copy trading. So when you sign up for the account, when you deposit $500, you get the 10% bonus. And then all you would do is you go on and search up POW Group under the copy trading. And you're going to do futures copy trading. You're just going to do what I do. So you buy when I buy, you sell when I sell. And right now we're sitting at about an 80% win rate. That means that 80% of the trades that I've taken have been profitable. So if you haven't already done so, you can check that out. Like I said, we have a couple open right now on XRP. And one of the reasons why I opened the recent one, I was kind of just also testing some of the platform as well. Opening multiple positions on the same asset at the same time, but I did see that this hourly bull flag confirmed. So if we go from the low to the high here, you can see here we held the 0.32 fib perfectly, textbook really, and then you just take your measured move there from the low to the high, move it out, and your target here on the short term is $3. But if we zoom out here to the weekly time frame, you can see that we also have this 2-day pennant. So XRP, notorious for this, loves to tighten up and form these pennants as we await consolidation and another breakout. So we've seen our consolidation. We're forming this type of triangle and this symmetrical triangle, and we're looking for a break at some point between now and the first week of September, maybe even into the second week of September. And that makes a lot of sense. We're probably going to see BlackRock file for an ETF at some point soon, a spot ETF for XRP. Again, if you're seeing all of these metrics, right, if you go down, look at all the futures that we've been seeing on XRP have been hitting records as well. So you think that they're going to want to sit out and then see, you know, Gemini pass Coinbase in just because they offered an XRP credit card. I believe it's only for those in the US, so I wasn't able to sign up for it, but highly recommended. You can get up to 4% cash back with in XRP on certain sort of transactions and categories. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. But I do think that we're going to see more than likely an announcement from BlackRock, and then shortly after that, we should get the approvals into September. We also have the rate cuts coming. Could be a series of them. Could be even more of a higher rate cut than anticipated. And then we have the market structure bill, which is the Clarity Act that could pass in September as well. And that's going to be clear rules of the road. So there's tons of altcoin ETFs that are loading. We might even see a Ripple IPO announcement at some point. I think that's probably more in like a 2026 thing, maybe early 2026. But if we take a look at the weekly time frame here, we had one weekly bull flag. We had multiple bull flags really, but this is another one, that the most recent one that's forming here on the weekly time frame. So if we zoom out, you can see from the low to the high, we consolidated right on the 0.32 fib, and we've been holding that. So key support going forward is going to be 272, the low of the dump. If we lose that, we could be in trouble. We could be heading back down to around the 260s, maybe even into the 240s. So that's going to be crucial support. Need to hold that 272. But if we hold that and we start the weekly bounce and come up and break resistance there at the all-time high of 366, in my opinion, it's go time. And then you just take your measured move from the low to the high, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and our measured move is $5.45 USD. So again, this is going to be, in my opinion, that when we break all-time highs, this is going to be the time that really price discovery sets in, and we see huge FOMO. We've been seeing a breakdown in the Bitcoin dominance chart as well, so this would make a lot of sense. And like I said, this is leading up into September, and that makes perfect sense for an ETF approval. I do think that, you know, September is looking like the month. I would put it at an 80%, and then I would say 98% that it gets done before the end of October. So looking forward to it. On the weekly time frame, we did have a stochastic bear cross. The price held the 10-week moving average as support, so that was a good sign, and we're still trying to avoid a MACD bear cross here on the weekly. But brace for impact if we do lose that key support at 272, like I said. And still above all of our weekly moving averages. We are bumping our head at the 50-day moving average, and that's sitting at 306. So we'll want to get above that ASAP. And then we do have the 100-day at 264, and the 200-day at 247. So we're looking at, like I said, if we don't hold 272, we could easily be back down into the 260s, 240s, and then all about the all-time high resistance at 366. Break that, you're looking at $4 or $5 in a hurry, in my opinion. And like I said, that weekly bull flag target of $5.45. But we're trading it right now on BTCC. Like I said, I've got a couple copy trades that are open right now, looking to nail those weekly bull flags. Also got a couple open on a few other assets. There's weekly bull flags across the sector as well, which is a great sign, not just on XRP, but on a lot of alts. And that's a good indication that we're going to more than likely see alts really start to outperform and take the spotlight here over the next couple of weeks with so many catalyst rate cuts. You got ETFs, so many things that are on the horizon. You got market structure, Clarity Act. So giddy up, folks. It's going to be a fun couple of months and close of the year. Have a great day. It's Rod with Pow Group. Thanks again for joining us in the pursuit of wealth. Let me know what you think of this news in the comment section, and we'll continue the conversation there, and we'll see you on the next video.